It's road trip time. Everyone buckle up and let's get going to Eastland, Texas. In 1870, the town's population was 88. On July 29, 1897, a 4-year-old boy named Will Wood caught a horned toad in Eastland. Will's father decided to test the West Texas tradition that creatures could survive for many years in hibernation. The horned toad was placed in a time capsule in a cornerstone of the courthouse along with memorabilia that included a Bible and a bottle of alcohol. In 1928, construction workers began to tear down the old courthouse to build a new one. Town officials scheduled a public event to open the time capsule on February 18. 1,500 spectators were in attendance, some traveled as far as 25 miles away. At that time, Judge Pritchard pulled the horned toad from its entombment and dangled the horned toad from one of its hind leg, and suddenly the other hind leg twitched. The horned toad then opened its eyes, and the horned toad was given the name Old Rip. The horned toad was transported to Dallas, Texas for public exhibition by Will Wood. A public outcry ensued stating that Old Rip never should have left Eastland. Dallas exhibitors sued Will Wood for $6,000 for breach of contract. Afterwards, Old Rip went on tour. In St. Louis, Missouri, 40,000 spectators viewed him. In New York, a bug catcher was paid 50 cents for each insect Old Rip devoured in front of cameramen. Old Rip became a national celebrity, appearing in the 1920s motion pictures. An American writer, Washington Irving, made up the fictional character Rip Van Winkle, named after Old Rip. That same year, a Texas political delegation, led by Senator O. Mayfield, presented the docile lizard to President Calvin Coolidge at the White House for his inspection. Following the creature's fame, horned toads were sold by the thousands as souvenirs at public events, including the 1928 Democratic National Convention. Old Rip died on January 19, 1929 of pneumonia and was placed in a glass casket on viewing in the courthouse. In 1955, Old Rip inspired Michael Maltese, a Looney Tunes scripter, wrote an animated theatrical short entitled One Froggy Evening. In 1961, Old Rip disappeared from the courthouse. A ransom note was issued, demanding $10,000 and Old Rip would be returned. After a city-wide search, Old Rip was located and returned back to the courthouse. In 1972, Old Rip was again stolen and allegedly was found once again and put back in the courthouse. Allegations from the town people claim that the city of Eastland replaced the horned toad with a fake one. A letter writer offered to pay $5,000 to anyone who could prove that the horned toad was truly Old Rip. A curator of the Bronx Zoo states that the alleged survival of an entombed toad is utterly impossible. So did this really happen or not? Is the horned toad still on display at the courthouse? Comment below if you have any information on this. I sure did not expect this road trip to be about a horned toad. However, I do want to include at least one notable person from this town. It is Josiah Gordon Doc Scurlock. Doc was an American Old West figure cowboy and gunfighter. Doc rode alongside Billy the Kid and passed away in Eastland on July 25, 1929. Doc and his wife are both buried in Eastland. They had 9 children together. This concludes our road trip. You never know where the next town will land us at, what we will see and what we will learn along the way. If you like this content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel at MeTime806. Thank you very much.